Hi, jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, January 19th. So, what do I have to talk about? Two things. I've got the pieced backing done, which is for the musical improvisation quilt that's behind me right now. This is the pieced back. It's huge because I wanted to make sure it was big enough to be bigger than the top. The top is also complete. You saw it last week, and now I've added the border. The border is this same red Asian, it's Gilded Leaves, I believe is the name of the fabric. I've got it at Joann's for Legacy Fabrics. This I also picked up at Joann's. This was all they had left. I wanted to use it for the back, but this was all they had, was a yard and like 10 inches. So I made sure I bought extra of the red so that I could fill in the rest of the back. And then I also used, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I also used this bit from my mom's fabric stash from the piano keys that I'm going to use in the pillowcase. And I pieced this strip right here just because it wasn't quite wide enough. The black with music notes is from the same piece of fabric. It's just a different part of the fabric. It's sort of a panel. Here's some more of that same fabric right here. Here's the other 18-inch block that I ended up not using on the front. Here's some leftovers of these fat quarters that I used on the front, right along here. So the whole thing is pieced. We're ready to baste and then quilt. I think basting is going to take a while. I will probably take it to my office to baste so that I can spread it out and maybe use big binder clips and all that jazz. So. In other news, New Mexico Women's Chorus, we did have our 2 concerts this past weekend, Saturday night here in Albuquerque at the First Unitarian Universalist Church, and then we also performed on Sunday in Santa Fe at the Center for Spiritual Living. I do not have footage of those. They haven't uploaded that stuff to YouTube. They did film both concerts. Sadly, I am incapable, apparently, of accompanying myself on the guitar while I sing in front of an audience. My run-throughs went fine. I had no problems. You know, zipped right through it for the mic levels and all that to do the testing before the show. And when the performance actually came on Saturday night, we moved my guitar from one side of the stage to the other before the show. And I forgot that my pick was stuck in the strings. And it vanished. So when I went to go play, I had no pick. And after, it really kind of threw me off. And from that point, I just, I had a really hard time finding my chords. It's like I was, the fingers were there, but they were on the wrong strings or something. I don't know. It was horrible. The vocals were fine, but it was just, I was just totally discombobulated. So Sunday I was ready. We did the run through real quick for the mic test, and I had a pick in each pocket. I was ready to go. I was like, okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I got up in front of the very small audience, and which were like right in front of me, and I felt fine. I didn't feel like I had stage fright, but I had the exact same problem when I went to go play the guitar. It was like my fingers would not listen to the commands my brain was giving them. So partway through, maybe through the first, I don't know if I was in the chorus part or like halfway through the first verse, I just gave up, ripped the guitar off and handed it to one of the chorus members sitting behind me and did the rest a cappella. Sometimes you just have to call an audible. So that being said, I don't have footage to insert here from the actual concert. So I recorded it right before I started my video, and I will insert that here. When one voice rules a nation, just because it's top of the pile, doesn't mean their vision is the clearest. The voices of the people are falling on deaf ears. Our politicians all become careerists. They must declare their interests, but not their company cars. Is there more to a seat in government than sitting on your arse? And the best of all, this bad bunch is shouting to be heard above the sound of ideologies clashing. Outside the patient millions who put them into power expect a little more back from the taxes. Like school books, beds in hospitals, and peace in our bloody time, but all they get is old men grinding axes, who've built their private fortunes on things they can't rely. The courts, the secret handshake, the stock exchange, and the old school tie. For God and flag and country, all things they justify above the sound of ideologies clashing. God bless the civil service, our nation's saving grace. While we expect democracy, they're laughing in our face. And though our cries get louder, the laughter gets louder still, above the sound of ideologies clashing. Above the sound of ideologies, above the sound of ideologies, above the sound of ideologies clashing. So that is my rendition of Billy Bragg's Ideology is the name of the song. It came out on an album that he put out in 1986, the year I graduated from high school. And I did change 2 lyrics to Americanize it. I changed Parliament to Government, and I changed Queen to Flag. And that's it. The rest of it, sadly, is even more telling about the situation of our government today than it was 30 years ago, sadly. But it's he's one of my favorite songwriters, and I hope you enjoyed that little musical interlude. X-Files is coming along. The I Want to Believe Quilt and Stitch Along. I did not show my Block 2 last week because, of course, it wasn't released until the day after Tuesday. So I will insert a picture of that block here. I know everyone is looking forward to week 3 of I Want to Believe. I cannot show you a picture, but it is done. I will show you that next week. I hope everybody has a great week. I look forward to watching your videos, and I will see you next week. Bye!